Arguably, in my opinion, this was one of the greatest designs of tube trains about. 1938, these were built. However, the last of these actually stopped running in 2020. Over 80 years since they were first built was when they were last withdrawn. Now, they weren't withdrawn from the underground in 2020. These actually used to run, I think there was 5 of them, maybe 8, on the Isle of Wight Island line. I did a video on that some years ago, so go and check out that video on my channel. But yeah, you could actually ride on one of these in passenger service without having to buy a special heritage ticket until 2020. They've now been replaced by old District Line trains. An interesting one that I haven't seen for a long time is this C-stock train. Now, again, I travelled on these a lot when I was working in central London, and these used to run on the Circle, the Hammersmith and City, and part of the District Line. And I believe this is the only carriage which has been preserved, and it's just parked in front of an old 1983 Jubilee Line train. We'll get to that in a minute. Now, these trains, because these trains were built to operate on the Circle line, where they are just stop, start, lots of people on and off at every stop, they were quite unique as they were built with 4 double-leaf doors on each carriage. If you look inside, these were all longitudinal seating. Not many seats in there, actually, so it's all longitudinal seating. When they were first built, they were all transverse seating, so in each of these sections between the doors, you had a bay of seats facing each other. So they changed that to give more, when they were refurbished, they changed that to give more standing space, because as I say, these were primarily used on routes, on journeys which people just made very quick journeys on, which is why they've got all the doors on. Behind the C-stock, we can see Andy. Take 2. Parked up just behind the C-stock is this little carriage here. Now, this is the 1983 tube stock train that used to run on the Jubilee Line. Now, it's had a bit of a checkered past. It wasn't the most successful tube train. Let's have a little look. Now, these trains, unfortunately, were removed from passenger service only after about 15 years. And there's various reasons why they were deemed to be fairly useless to continue in service, so go and have a look online. But one of the more prominent reasons is this. This is the single leaf door which was on the side of each train, and for a central London tube line where you need to get people on and off as quickly as possible, this was just a poor decision to introduce in the first place. So there you go. It was a very interesting interior as well. It actually had an older sibling on the Underground, which was the D-stock trains on the District Line. Now, for those of you old enough to remember, they had single leaf doors as well, but there were, I think there was 4 doors per carriage, so they managed to make those ones work. But there's lots of similarities mechanically between this and the original D-stock trains. I think I only went on these a couple of times, but yeah, unfortunate.